Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hussain Abdullah and I am currently in my third semester of software engineering at Air University Islamabad. This is a presentation of my final semester project of probability and stats. The topic I chose for my project is analysis of mobile device usage patterns. First off, we'll start with the dataset I chose and know about its key features and its source. Then we'll move on to the code and I'll show you the function and statistical concepts I implemented. Next, there is the output and the visualizations I made, which include graphs and charts. The dataset. The dataset provides a comprehensive analysis of mobile device usage patterns and user behavior classification. The dataset contains 700 samples of user data, and its key metrics, the key columns, include app usage time, screen on time, battery drain, and data consumption. The user data is categorized into user behavior classes from 1 to 5 based on the usage patterns of the users. Here is the dataset and its reference. Next, we'll move on to the code. In the code, I am providing an analysis of the dataset, focusing on the integration of statistical concepts and the creation of visualizations to derive meaningful insights from the data. We'll start with the libraries I used. First off, there is matplotlib, which is used for creating plots and charts. Next, there is pandas, which is used for data manipulation and data analysis we get from the dataset. Next, there is tkinter, which is providing us with a graphical user interface, also known as GUI, in the output. Next, there is seaborn, which is used for enhancing the visualizations. Moving on, there is numpy, which works on the numerical computations and array processing. Next, there is scipy, which is also used for statistical concepts and majorly the mode. Mean. The mean here is used to calculate the average daily time that users spend on mobile apps. Next off, there is mode. The mode shows us the most common behavior classification among users. Next off, there are quartiles, Q1, Q3, and IQR. Q1 and Q3 show the distribution of data usage MBs per day across the dataset. Q1 indicates where the lower 25% of users fall in the term of data consumption, and Q3 shows the upper 75 percentile. The IQR shows the spread of middle 50%. Then there is the moments about mean. The moments about mean. There are four moments about mean. The M1 shows about mean, M2 shows about the variance, M3 is a skewness indicator, and M4 is a kurtosis indicator of app usage time. Next there is MAD. MAD is known as mean absolute deviation, which gives us a measure of the average absolute deviation from the mean battery drain across all users. Next there is CMAD, which is a coefficient of MAD. The median shows us the central value of screen usage for the entire dataset. Lastly, there is a frequency distribution. Frequency distribution table shows about the user behavior class. We'll move on to the output. The output is the results of statistical analysis I did. Here you can see that the analysis results are shown not in the conventional output format, but rather in a GUI format or a graphical user interface format. We can see the mean, median, mode, and then there are the quartiles, and then following there are mean absolute deviation and its coefficient, and also the standard deviation of the data usage. Then there are the moments about the mean for app usage time. Firstly, there is mean, then variance, then skewness, and lastly, kurtosis. Here you can see a frequency distribution of user behavior classes, a table, which includes the class, the frequency, and the cumulative frequencies. Moving on to the visualizations, which include graphs and charts. Here, firstly, there is a bar graph which shows us frequency of the user behavior classes. Here on the y-axis there is frequency, and on the x-axis there is user behavior class. Next, there is a pie chart which shows us about user behavior classes distribution. Thirdly, there is a distribution of app usage time. This is a histogram, which on the y-axis has a frequency, and on the x-axis there is app usage time minutes per day. Lastly, there is average screen on time by age group, which includes on the y-axis there is average screen on time, and on the x-axis there is age group. Thank you. We'll now move on to the code. Here you can see the libraries used. There is import pandas, numpy, matplotlib, cbond, and scipy, tkinter, and tkinter. We use various modules. Firstly, there is a function which is used to display all the output, all the results in the GUI. Here is the function. Here we are loading the dataset. Here is the dataset. Next, we're finding the mean of app usage time, as explained in the presentation. Then there is median and mode. Following there are quartiles and MAD and CMAD. Lastly, there is standard deviation and moments above the mean. Next up, we are plotting the visualizations. First off, there is a bar chart, then a pie chart, and a histogram, and then creating age groups for the bar chart for average screen on time by age group. Let's run the code. Here it is. Here are the visualizations. This was my presentation about probability and stats end semester project. Thank you.